Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made these little nail file holders. They make brilliant little thank you gifts, teachers gifts, things like that. Very quick and easy to make. I'm only doing mine in basic black and sweet sugar plum because the nail files I have to go inside are this. So those colours go brilliantly with it. The cardstock that you'll need, well actually it's DSP. This comes from the 2016-2018 InColour Designer Series paper stack. And this should measure 4 inches by 7 3/4 inches, which is 10 centimetres by 19.5 centimetres. I say it should be because I actually cut mine a bit short. I've only done 7.5 inches and it should be 7 3/4. It's only 1/4 of an inch and it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. It will still work, but ideally you want it 7 3/4 inches. And then you just need some scraps of sweet sugar plum and basic black for the die cuts. Okay, so what we need to do first of all is just a very small bit of scoring even, and I've not written down the metric here, so let me see, that's going to be 2.5, and that one will be 7. That's alright. Okay, so the scoring we're going to do, as this is DSP, if you use the fatter end of your scoring tool and don't press too hard either. So I'm going to score at 1 inch, which is 2.5 centimetres, and I'm going to score at 2 3/4 inches, which is 7 centimetres. And that is it. I'm going to fold on the 2 score lines. As you know, I don't agree with using the bone folder on DSP because it will crack, and for this project it really isn't needed at all. Right, so once you've folded those, make sure you've got the longer side on top, and you need to use the Scalloped tag punch. I'm not sure what the correct name for it, but I will find out, make sure it's on the screen. And then if you have this so that you've got your open ends facing downwards, and then when you slide them in here, you will see on here there are 2 little notches. Let me bring that up close to you. Okay, there's one of these little notches on either side. Shadow's getting that one. But what you need to do is slide that in there and line it up with the 2 notches. You'll be able to see that the side of this paper and the side of that paper will touch the edge of that notch and the edge of that notch. And then punch that. I'm going to bring it towards me a bit because this is a little bit hard for me to do sitting down. And there we go. Okay, so you get that. Now what you will probably find is one of these hooks will be broken, like that one there, okay? That's fine. That one's mended, that's alright. So what we're going to do is the broken one will be going on the inside and the mended one on the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to use tear and tape. We're going to put a piece all the way down the side where the hole didn't break, right up as far as the hole, and we're going to cut that. Then you need to cut a small piece off, which is probably 1/4 of an inch long, I suppose. Now I've stuck it down there, let's have a look. Yes, it's about 1/4 of an inch long. which in metric is about 0.5. And then you're just going to put it on this curved bit here. That's what's going to glue the top bit down for you. Okay, so you just need it to come over to the side there. Alright? You don't want it to come over any further than that. As you stick that down, if you find that some of the glue comes over the edge or over the edge there, don't worry about that because we can curl it under. And the other piece you're going to, the other tearing tape you're going to put from this fold here up to the edge and then cut that. And if I can find my paper piercer, here we go. I'm going to take all 3 pieces off. This is so easy, I'm actually thinking about doing it for swaps. Maybe at training in September. I'm not sure that I'd like to do it for when I go to Telford because I do too many for that. I do about 120, so that would keep me busy for ages. Right, now that we've got this done, we're going to fold the one with the broken hole over first. Okay, and then we're going to bring this one over. Don't try and flatten it down or anything, just let it come over comfortably, relaxed, and then that way you'll find you'll get a little bit of bulge there, which is lovely. That's exactly what you need. And now just to make sure that you've got the bottom here closed, just go over it with your bone folder. And then if you peep in there, have a look down, you can see whether it has actually closed or not. If it hasn't, you can squeeze it down a bit more. That's it. Now we need to do the decorating. So I'm going to get my Big Shot up. Now I'm going to use the flowers from the Botanical Builder set. I'm using 2 of these for the leaves, 1 of these for the flower, and 1 of this for the centre of the flower. Okay, so that's that one. And the For You, that comes from the mini treat bag Thinlits. Okay, so that's that one. And being a very old-fashioned sort of person, I still like to use my pieces of wax paper for this. So first of all, there's that piece there. So that will be for the leaf, and we need 2 of these. I've already cut one out to save a bit of time. Okay, alright, you want to twist around that way, that's fine. Now will you settle down by the side? Yep, that's fine. So that's black and black, make sure I'm doing this right. And the flower is pink. And so I'm reading off of this one what I've done. The For You is black as well. So let's have another little bit of wax paper for that. Now if I push that through a bit, then you can come on there. Okay, you don't really need much paper for this at all. There we go. Now with those, the black leaf and the centre of the flower, I like to put that through 2 or 3 times. I'm not bothered about the words, they will be fine. But they had to go as well, since how they're on the same bit of paper. Let's just make sure they have all cut. Yep, beautiful. Not sure what that was. Never mind. At least it's on the back of it, whatever it is. Okay. So we'll separate these. If I can get my paper piercer. There we go. Let's put that on that one. That looks like a bit of wax paper as well. And this one. And that goes into that one. Take that bit of wax out as well. So that goes, that's set. Got that, got a bit of that left over. And this one, which we didn't worry about wax paper, I don't think, did we? Just help this out a bit. Maybe I should have given it a bit of wax paper. Whoops. Got a dancing paper piercer here. There we go. So that goes over with that one. I always seem to get that little bit left in there. There we go. Not for long though. Right. So we don't need any more of this. Let's put my wax paper back in the bag. That's the one that I did earlier. As you know, I do like to brush my die cuts. There we go, that's that one. Quite amazing the amount of bits and pieces that do come off of these. I'll do the back side as well, sorry, reverse side. And then last of all, this one. There we go. Right, okay. Now when I'm doing this, I tend to have one lining up there so that I can make sure they're all round about the same level with each other. So with this flower, I curl it round a pencil, and when you do this, make sure that you actually hold on to that petal there as well as the main petal. It's quite easy when you're curling them like this to pull that really out of its socket. I've managed. Right, okay, and this one, just curl it up. This one you have to be very careful. It's more like just bending it around your pencil, really. Nothing to be done with that one, nothing to be done with that, nor that. Okay, so we'll glue them. As you know, my preferred glue is Tombow. Just make sure it's not going to give me any trouble. No, I don't think so. No, that's it. Tweezers. I was about to stick it on top of that one then, did you see? Now I will do the leaves. And this one I do try and put a little bit of glue on each of the leaves. It doesn't have to be an excessive amount, just enough to hold it down. And then a little bit in the centre. The bit right at the end, the tail, that gets held down by the flower, so no worries about that. Now I just look at this, where that is, that's about right. And then I'll do the second one. Oops, I stuck to my finger. That's it. And now that one. And then for this one, what I like to do is I push the inner petal through and then I knock it down with my finger, like that. Okay, and then this one's going to go in the centre. And then Tombow on the bottom, to put that there. See how quick and easy this is? It's amazing. And I'm going to put a pearl in the centre. I'll take one of these large ones. There we go. See, there's a loose one there. That's alright, I think that's stuck down again. Right, now the last thing to do is to put a ribbon through, and I've got about 10 or 11 inches here, about 11 inches. Now I've made quite a few of these little holders, and I've been trying to pay attention to how I do the knots, the bows rather, and the way I think it works, and I'm saying this very gingerly because you're about to watch me do this, I tie it and I let it go in the first bump down there, like that bump there, but on this side, okay, and I make sure both my ties are this side. Then I turn it upside down and I do bunny ears. So I've got one with the tail on the outside fold that one with the tail on the outside, fold them over, one through, and this is where they should both spin out. Oh, look at that. Oh, I couldn't have asked it to go better, could I? So let's do that shorter. Let's see if we can get it to twist round slightly. I mean, it will finish up at an angle like this. But, oops, didn't mean to pull that. But that's really quite nice. Okay, so that's the secret of doing those. Let's see if I can straighten that one up a bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I should have moved that out of the room. That was my iPad. I normally move that out, make sure my phone is out and everything that makes noises on its own. Right, I'm just going to cut this up here. This one up on this side. And there we go. Another one done. There we go. Now that was really nice and quick and easy, wasn't it? I hope you give this a try, especially if you've got things like teachers' gifts to do, or any kind of thank you gifts. Absolutely ideal, brilliant. Many thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the box below or send me an email to JanB at JanB Cards. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I've shown you here today, except for the nail file, obviously, and I've done all these up without putting nail files. Did that up without putting a nail file in it. Oh well, never mind, that beautiful bow's going to bite the dust. Anyway, as I say, if you want to buy any products, any of the Stampin' Up products that I've used here, you'll see a link in the box below for my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, which is normally on a Wednesday and a Sunday. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.